Hello and welcome to News Tonight on RajyaSabhaTV. I'm Tina Jha. Before we begin the bulletin, RajyaSabhaTV appeals to all its viewers to stay safe from the COVID-19 pandemic. Wear face masks, wash hands and face regularly, and don't forget to maintain physical distancing whenever you step outside. Remember, these simple precautions by you are all that it takes to defeat the pandemic. And now let's get to the headlines of the day. Countdown to world's largest COVID-19 vaccination drive. Prime Minister Modi reviews preparations with chief ministers. Says 3 crore health workers to be vaccinated in the first phase from the 16th of January. Public representatives not part of this exercise. Over the next few months, 30 crore Indians will get COVID vaccine. Prime Minister asserts that the 2 Made in India vaccines are cheaper than any other in the world. Bird flu outbreak spreads to 10 states, including Delhi and Maharashtra. Prime Minister Modi cautions people to be vigilant, instructs monitoring of poultry farms, zoos and water bodies. The Indian Navy to kickstart Sea Vigil 21 tomorrow. Unprecedented 2-day defense exercise will involve all 13 coastal states and union territories. And Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla addresses National Youth Parliament, urges youth to be partners in strengthening democracy. Prime Minister Modi to address the closing ceremony tomorrow. Well, ahead of the COVID-19 vaccination drive that begins in the country from the 16th of January, Prime Minister Narendra Modi chaired a meeting with chief ministers of all states to review its preparedness. He announced that the central government will bear the expenses of vaccinating nearly 3 crore healthcare and frontline workers in the first round and suggested that public representatives, a reference to politicians, should not be part of this initial exercise.
भारत के टीकाकरण का जो अनुभव है, जो दूर सुदूर क्षेत्रों तक पहुंचने की व्यवस्थाएं हैं, वो कोरोना वैक्सीनेशन कार्यक्रम में बहुत उपयोगी सिद्ध होने वाली है। साथियों, आप सभी राज्यों के साथ सलाह मशवरा करके ही ये तय किया गया है कि टीकाकरण अभियान की शुरुआत में किसे प्राथमिकता दी जाएगी। हमारी कोशिश सबसे पहले उन लोगों तक कोरोना वैक्सीन पहुंचाने की है जो देशवासियों की स्वास्थ्य सुरक्षा में जुटे हुए हैं। आप सभी परिचित हैं कि बीते कुछ हफ्तों में जरूरी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर से लेकर लॉजिस्टिक तक की तैयारियां सभी राज्यों और केंद्र शासित प्रदेशों के साथ विचार विमर्श करके, लगातार मीटिंगें करके, मॉड्यूल्स बना करके इसको पूरा किया गया है। देश के लगभग हर जिले में ड्राई रन्स भी पूरे हो चुके हैं।
Asserting that India's fight against the pandemic will enter a decisive stage with the vaccination rollout, the Prime Minister said the 2 already approved Made in India COVID-19 vaccines are more cost-effective than any other in the world and have been developed as per the country's needs. Besides the 2 vaccines, Covishield and Covaxin, 4 others are also in the pipeline.
16 जनवरी से हम दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा टीकाकरण अभियान शुरू कर रहे हैं। ये हम सभी के लिए गौरव की बात है कि जिन 2 वैक्सीन को इमरजेंसी यूज ऑथराइजेशन दिया गया है, वो दोनों ही मेड इन इंडिया है। इतना ही नहीं, 4 और वैक्सीन प्रोग्रेस में है। बड़ी बात जो मैं दोहराना चाहता हूं कि हमारी दोनों वैक्सीन्स दुनिया की दूसरी वैक्सीन से ज्यादा कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव है। हम कल्पना कर सकते हैं, अगर भारत को कोरोना टीकाकरण के लिए विदेशी वैक्सीन पर पूरी तरह निर्भर रहना पड़ता तो हमारे क्या हालत होते, कितनी बड़ी मुश्किल होती, हम उसका अंदाज लगा सकते हैं। ये वैक्सीन भारत की स्थितियां और परिस्थितियों को देखते हुए निर्मित की गई है।
The Prime Minister remarked that the most important factor in this vaccination drive is identification and monitoring of those who need to be vaccinated through the CoWIN application. The Prime Minister underlined the significance of ensuring that real-time data related to vaccination gets uploaded on CoWIN. India has completed vaccination dry runs in almost every district, which in itself is a massive achievement.
साथियों, इस टीकाकरण अभियान में सबसे अहम उनकी पहचान और मॉनिटरिंग का है जिनको टीका लगाना है। इसके लिए आधुनिक टेक्नोलॉजी का उपयोग करते हुए कोविन नाम का एक डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म भी बनाया गया है। आधार की मदद से लाभार्थियों की पहचान भी की जाएगी और उनको दूसरी डोज समय पर मिले, ये भी सुनिश्चित किया जाएगा। मेरा आप सभी से विशेष आग्रह रहेगा कि टीकाकरण से जुड़ा रियल टाइम डेटा कोविन पर अपलोड हो, ये सुनिश्चित करना है। इससे जरा सी चूक भी इस मिशन को नुकसान पहुंच सकता है। कोविन पहले टीके के बाद एक डिजिटल वैक्सीनेशन सर्टिफिकेट जनरेट करेगा। लाभार्थी को यह सर्टिफिकेट टीका लगाने के बाद डिजिटली तुरंत देना जरूरी है ताकि उसे सर्टिफिकेट लेने के लिए फिर ना आना पड़े। किसको टीका लग चुका है ये तो इस सर्टिफिकेट से पता चलेगा ही, साथ ही दूसरी डोज उसको कब लगेगी इसके रिमाइंडर के रूप में भी ये काम करेगा। दूसरी डोज के बाद फाइनल सर्टिफिकेट दिया जाएगा। लेकिन अब भारत में हमें अगले कुछ महीनों में ही लगभग 30 करोड़ आबादी के टीकाकरण का लक्ष्य हासिल करना है। इस चुनौती का पूर्वानुमान लगाते हुए ही बीते महीनों में भारत ने बहुत व्यापक तैयारियां की हैं। कोरोना की वैक्सीन से अगर किसी को कुछ असहजता होती है तो उसके लिए भी जरूरी प्रबंध किए गए हैं। यूनिवर्सल इम्यूनाइजेशन प्रोग्राम में पहले से ही इसके लिए एक मैकेनिज्म हमारे पास रहता है।
So ahead of the mega vaccination drive, which is set to be carried out in the country, the Indian Medical Association has requested all its 3.5 lakh members to voluntarily come out to get vaccinated first to show to the world that the vaccines are safe and efficacious. In a statement, the association said it has decided to actively take part in COVID-19 vaccination program after extensive review of scientific data, indexed articles, expert panel reports, and also in consultation experts. It has also asked its district officials to extend help in the planning and implementation of the vaccination program. And let's now take a look at the COVID-19 situation in the country. India continues to report sustained decline in daily new cases, with 16,311 new cases reported in the last 24 hours. India's daily new fatalities have also declined substantially. States reported 161 deaths in the same period. Less than 170 daily deaths were reported in the country after almost 8 months. Recoveries in the last 24 hours stand at 16,959, taking the total recoveries in the country to 1,92,000. The total active caseload in India has fallen to 2,25,000. India's total cases have crossed 1,46 lakh. And this number also includes 1,51,160 deaths. 6,59,000 samples were tested on Sunday. So far, 18,17 lakh samples have been tested in the country. Kerala continues to report the highest daily new cases at 4,545, followed by Maharashtra with 3,558 new cases, while West Bengal reported 823 cases of COVID-19 in the last 24 hours. These three states also reported highest number of deaths in the last 24 hours. Maharashtra saw the maximum casualties at 34. Kerala and West Bengal reported 23 and 19 daily deaths. Meanwhile, 96 people have been infected with the new mutated UK coronavirus strain across the country. Bird flu or avian influenza is now confirmed in 10 states across India. Delhi, Uttarakhand and Maharashtra are the three new states that have confirmed cases of bird flu. 7 other states, Uttar Pradesh, Kerala, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Haryana and Gujarat had earlier confirmed avian influenza as the cause of the recent deaths among birds. In the state of Haryana, culling of infected birds is underway for the control and containment of the spread of the disease. The state is also on high alert due to abnormal deaths at a poultry farm in Panchkula. Hundreds of birds have also been culled in Kerala, Rajasthan, Himachal Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh to contain the spread of the disease. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed concern over the spread of bird flu and has said that constant vigil at places where birds can gather is important in order to control the spread of the disease.
बर्ड फ्लू से निपटने के लिए पशुपालन मंत्रालय द्वारा कार्य योजना बनाई गई है, जिसका तत्परता से पालन आवश्यक है। मेरा आग्रह है कि प्रभावित राज्यों के मुख्यमंत्री साथी भी मुख्य सचिवों के माध्यम से सभी डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट का मार्गदर्शन करें। जिन राज्यों में अभी बर्ड फ्लू नहीं पहुंचा है, वहां की राज्य सरकारों को भी पूरी तरह सतर्क रहना होगा। हमें सभी राज्यों, स्थानीय प्रशासन को वाटर बॉडीज के आसपास, पक्षी बाजारों में, जू में, पोल्ट्री फार्म इत्यादि पर निरंतर निगरानी रखनी है।
Moving on, the Parliamentary Committee on Agriculture met on Monday. On the agenda was evidence of representatives of the Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying in connection with the examination of the subject, status of veterinary services and availability of animal vaccine in the country. Now, the meeting assumed significance as the Centre on Monday said bird flu has been confirmed in 10 states so far and stressed on increased surveillance around water bodies, live bird markets, zoos and poultry farms. States have been asked to build awareness among the public and avoid the spread of misinformation. The Parliamentary Committee on the Welfare of Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes also met on Monday. The committee is headed by BJP's Lok Sabha MP Kirit Premji Bhai Solanki. Here's a report. The committee took up the role of educational institutions in the socio-economic development of scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. Representatives of the Ministries of Education, Social Justice and Empowerment, Tribal Affairs, Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions presented evidence. There was special reference to pre- and post-matric scholarships, including external scholarships. The Committee on the Welfare of Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes has 30 members, 20 elected by the Lok Sabha and 10 by the Rajya Sabha. It examines measures taken by the government to secure representation of the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes in services. The committee also reports on the working of the welfare programs for the scheduled castes and the scheduled tribes in union territories. Kriti Mishra's report for RajyaSabhaTV. The Parliamentary Committee on External Affairs, headed by Lok Sabha member PP Chaudhary, also met on Monday. It adopted the draft report on the Anti-Maritime Piracy Bill 2019. Now, this bill enables Indian authorities to take action against piracy in the high seas. The Parliamentary Committee on External Affairs adopted the draft report on the Anti-Maritime Piracy Bill 2019. The bill was introduced in the Lok Sabha on 9th December 2019. It was referred to the Standing Committee on 23rd December the same year. The bill brings into law the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. It applies to the sea beyond the exclusive economic zone, which is beyond 200 nautical miles from India's coastline. The bill defines piracy as any illegal act of violence, detention or destruction against a ship, aircraft, person or property for private purposes by the crew or passengers of a private ship or aircraft. Piracy also includes inciting and intentionally facilitating acts of violence and voluntarily participating in the operation of a pirate ship or aircraft. The panel was also briefed by the Ministry of External Affairs on the welfare of Indian diaspora. Kriti Mishra's report for RajyaSabhaTV. Union Budget 2021, scheduled to be presented on the 1st of February, will be completely paperless in the wake of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. The budget papers, the Union Budget and the Economic Survey will not be printed, but soft copies will be provided. The decision has been taken as the printing process will require several people to stay at the press for around a fortnight amid coronavirus fears. This is not the first time that there would be a change in tradition in the presentation of the budget under Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Last year, she did away with the colonial-era tradition of carrying budget papers in a briefcase and introduced the budget Bahi Khata, or a ledger, enclosed in a red cloth folder and tied it with a string. Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has called upon youngsters to attend Prarambh, the Startup India International Summit, on the 15th and 16th of January. He said it seeks to bring together top minds from industry, academia, investment, banking and finance, besides young startup leaders. The Prime Minister also shared his LinkedIn post in which he noted that virtual interactions have become the new normal during the COVID-19 pandemic and said a big advantage of this is that people can be a part of the programs sitting in their homes. With a view to strengthen the roots of democracy in the country, the National Youth Parliament Festival was organized on Monday in the Parliament House complex. On the first day of the two-day-long event, it was attended by elected representatives of youth aged between 18 to 25 years from different parts of the country. Now, these representatives have been elected through a two-stage speech process, and on Tuesday, 3 finalists among them will be awarded in the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
नमस्कार, मेरा नाम अमी शर्मा है, मैं राजस्थान से हूँ।
मैं सुरेश शर्मा छत्तीसगढ़ से।
Hello everyone, I am Avinam Mangar from the state of Sikkim.
मेरा नाम गोस्वामी पृथ्वी है from गुजरात से।
I am Lakshmi Srilekha from Andhra Pradesh, East Godavari district, Kakinada.
Youth from different corners of the country debating Indian democracy. The final phase of the National Youth Parliament Festival was held at the Central Hall of Parliament on Monday. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla addressed the event. He appealed to the participants to become partners in strengthening democracy and building a self-reliant India.
आप सब युवा संसद प्रतिभागी के रूप में आज संसद भवन के इस ऐतिहासिक केंद्रीय कक्ष में उपस्थित हैं। इस ऐतिहासिक केंद्रीय कक्ष में जहां 14-15 अगस्त की रात्रि को ब्रिटिश हुकूमत से भारत ने सत्ता प्राप्त की स्थिति कुछ और है। उस समय की परिस्थिति के अनुसार युवाओं ने बलिदान देकर देश को आजाद कराया था, लेकिन आज इसी भावनाओं को हमें रखते हुए किस तरीके से हम भारत को सर्वोच्च बढ़ा सकते हैं, इस देश की प्रगति को आगे बढ़ा सकते हैं, इस दिशा के अंदर हमें काम करने की आवश्यकता है।
87 youth representatives from 29 states took part in the Youth Parliament Festival organized by the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Union Minister Kiren Rijiju said the event aims to increase the participation of the youth in democracy and development activities.
महोत्सव का उद्देश्य देश के युवाओं को अपने प्रतिभा दिखाने के लिए एक मंच प्रदान करना है, जहां युवा औपचारिक और अनौपचारिक रूप से विचारों का आदान प्रदान कर सके और अपनी सामाजिक और आर्थिक विशेषताओं को साझा कर सके। युवा उत्साह नई भारत का इस महोत्सव का थीम है, जिसमें युवा नई भारत का उत्सव मना रहे हैं। इसका उद्देश्य एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत के सार और मूल भावना को साकार करना है।
On Monday, state-level winners of an oratory competition took part in a debate on vocal for local, India's role in the supply chain, utility of data in digital age, and universal minimum income.
मैंने अपनी आंखों से देखा है वो एक मजबूत चट्टान सा है, एकदम नए हिंदुस्तान सा है। दोस्तों, भारत को एक नया भारत, एक सबल भारत, एक आर्थिक संप्रभुता संपन्न भारत और एक आत्मनिर्भर भारत बनाने के अभियान की प्रस्तावना है वोकल फॉर लोकल।
To produce solar and wind energy, which will foster the national electric mobility plan. With regard to health sector, our pharmaceutical industry has produced an indigenous vaccine for battling COVID-19. We must achieve a Swadeshi economy.
On Tuesday, 3 winners will be awarded in the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who will also interact with them. Inspired by the Prime Minister's idea that he shared during his Mann Ki Baat program, the Youth Parliament was started in the year 2019.
In the world's largest democracy, Youth Parliament is indeed an innovative idea, and it is certain that it will inculcate democratic culture among the youth. And they may choose, they will be in treasury benches or they will be in opposition. But indeed, they will understand the essence of democracy here after participating in its Youth Parliament. Akhilesh Suman for Rajya Sabha Television with camera person Jiten Negi in Delhi.
In some other news, Home Minister Amit Shah said on Monday that coal plays a key role in the country's economy and the sector has the potential to be the biggest contributor in making India a $5 trillion economy by 2024. Launching a single window clearance system for the coal mines, Amit Shah said that the government is working towards bringing transparency and transformation in India's coal sector. Asserting that the sector has the potential to boost Prime Minister Modi's idea of Atmanirbhar Bharat, Amit Shah said that the production of coal in the country has increased manifold in the last 6 years. He also asked mining companies to increase coal production to reduce dependence on imports and to meet emergency demand of emerging new areas.
भरोसे से कह सकता हूं कि ऐसी जगह पर आकर खड़ा है कि 5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी के हमारे लक्ष्य में सबसे बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूटर अगर कोई एक क्षेत्र होगा तो निश्चित रूप से कोयला क्षेत्र होगा। वहां पर आकर हम खड़े हैं। आत्मनिर्भर भारत हर क्षेत्र में जब तक नहीं होता तब तक प्रधानमंत्री जी का स्वप्न सफल नहीं होता और मैं मानता हूं कोयला एक महत्वपूर्ण क्षेत्र है आत्मनिर्भर भारत के स्वप्न को सिद्ध करने के लिए, क्योंकि जैसे बताया आज भी लगभग ऊर्जा का 72% हिस्सेदारी कोयला क्षेत्र से।
Speaking on the occasion, Coal Minister Prahlad Joshi said that the single window clearance portal will boost ease of doing business in the coal sector. He added that it will facilitate smooth grant of approvals and clearances for mine opening.
Based on the experience of the various mineral-rich states and feedback received from the stakeholders, we are bringing structural reforms in mining sector very shortly. These reforms will generate huge employment opportunities and increase the production of mineral, leading to the self-reliance. Industry-friendly measures which promote the ease of doing business in mining sector will be brought in.
BJP National President JP Nadda is confident that his party will return to power in Assam in the upcoming elections, bagging over 100 of the 126 assembly seats. Addressing a Vijay Sankalp rally in Silchar, JP Nadda said the Sarbanand Sonowal-led government has worked for the all-round development of the state, adding that the BJP, since its victory in the 2016 Assam Assembly polls, has gone on to win all elections in the state, be it Zilla Parishad, Panchayat, Territorial or Autonomous Council. He also said the party has given due recognition to Assam's culture, language and identity. JP Nadda arrived in Silchar on Monday on a 2-day visit to the state.
सारे देश में आपकी अगर मैं पंचायत की बात करूं तो 50% से ज्यादा वोट आया है। अगर मैं दीमा हसाओ और करीबी एंगलोंग के ऑटोनॉमस काउंसिल की बात करूं तो हमने चुनाव जीता है। हमने तीवा का ऑटोनॉमस काउंसिल का चुनाव 36 में से 33 सीटें जीती है, ध्यान में रखना चाहिए। और उसी तरीके से चाहे वो रंगापारा का या सुनारी का चुनाव हो, सबके सब चुनाव हमने जीते। और खुशी की बात यह है कि यही तस्वीर देश की है। ये लैंड स्वैप ये भी अगर हुआ, असम की जनता इससे दुखी थी। घुसपैठ के चांस थे। लगभग 3 किलोमीटर 2.5 किलोमीटर का इलाका था जहां रुकावट नहीं हो पाती थी, लेकिन जमीन का स्वैप करके इसको भी अमली जामा पहनाने का काम भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार ने किया।
The Supreme Court will pronounce orders on Tuesday on various issues related to the new farm reform laws. On Monday, a bench headed by Chief Justice S.A. Bobde heard a clutch of pleas challenging the new farm laws. The Supreme Court bench said it is extremely disappointed with the way negotiations are being held between the centre and the agitating farmers. The top court said it may take a call on setting up of a committee to find ways to resolve the issue between the centre and the farmers. The Chief Justice of India also made a personal request to the senior citizens among the farmers to return home. Meanwhile, Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar has expressed hope of a positive solution in the next round of talks between the government and the farmers' leaders on the 15th of January.
किसान यूनियन के मन में है कि कानून को रिपील किया जाए और हमने किसान यूनियन को बार बार ये आग्रह किया है कि जिस प्रावधान पर आपको आपत्ति है वो प्रावधान पर आप चर्चा करिए, आपत्ति बताइए। हम लोग उस पर चर्चा करने के लिए पूरी तरह ओपन हैं। 15 तारीख को वार्ता का अगला दौर है। मुझे आशा है कि किसान यूनियन के लोग उस दिन चर्चा को आगे बढ़ाएंगे और संभवतः हम रास्ता समाधान करने में सफल हो सकेंगे।
The Indian Navy will kickstart a 2-day mega defence exercise on Tuesday, covering the country's 7,516-kilometre coastline and exclusive economic zone. The second edition of the biennial Pan-India Coastal Defence Exercise, Sea Vigil 21, will be conducted on 12th and 13th of January. Billed as India's largest coastal defence exercise, it will involve all the 13 coastal states and union territories, along with other maritime stakeholders. The inaugural edition of the defence exercise was held in January 2019. And Lal Bahadur Shastri's 55th death anniversary was observed today. Leaders across party lines paid tribute to the former Prime Minister. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu paid homage to Lal Bahadur Shastri. He said that Shastri personified simplicity, honesty, integrity, and led by example. The Vice President remembered Shastri as an astute administrator who coined the famous slogan, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla also paid tribute to the former Prime Minister on his death anniversary. In a Twitter message, he said that Lal Bahadur Shastri paved the way for self-reliance in defence and food production in the country. He reiterated that the nation shall always be indebted to the former Prime Minister. And before we leave, RajyaSabhaTV once again appeals to all its viewers to stay safe from the COVID-19 pandemic. Wear face masks, wash your hands and face regularly, and maintain physical distancing whenever you step outside. Remember, these simple precautions are all that it takes to defeat the ongoing pandemic. Good night, and thank you very much for your time.